Hi, and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. The city's Public Works Department was recognized for construction on a local road. Hear from the department director. And more on the city's upcoming 150th birthday from the Papillion Community Foundation's executive director. And the final part of the series on the Papillion-La Vista Schools Foundation tells you what you can do to help. Please enjoy these stories next in City Happenings for the week of March 4th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. The city received the Nebraska Concrete Paving Association's Award of Merit. It's given for the work done on Lincoln Street.
Some people might think of, you got an award for a street, but think of the importance of Lincoln Street. And earlier we were doing some discussions about comprehensive planning and how Lincoln Street's been evolving and what that's becoming in the city. And if you remember last year or in summer of 2017, Lincoln was totally reconstructed. Most of it in anticipation of what the park system is going to become and what the community center is going to be, and controlling the traffic. And from Lincoln, you're really bridging at 84th. You're into the historic downtown Papillion area, so you want calm traffic, people walking around, people biking. But then you go to the other direction and you hit 90th, and you got a more high volume thoroughfare. So how do you bridge that on Lincoln? And that's some of what the roundabouts are doing, is diverting traffic, calming traffic, getting it directed the right way. But doing that road without impacting the neighbors around there, getting the trail in there. But again, think about what Lincoln's becoming. Basically, Lincoln's becoming a boulevard that will be the center of Papillion. It almost reaches to 72nd Street when you get back out by Papio Bay, back in that area. And once that NRD work is done at 108th, it'll stretch to 132nd. So we basically have a boulevard from 72nd to 132nd. And along that, on one end, you've got Papio Bay. On the other end, you got Prairie Queen, kind of bookending the two. You got the historic downtown 1870s core of Papillion right there. We've got a 2-mile long park system, basically 72nd to 84th. And we'll have 4 bodies of water if you factor in the duck pond on one end, Prairie Queen on the other, and the 2 NRD dam sites that are being built now. You got a AAA baseball stadium, and then with the Prairie Queen or Urban Waters project at 132nd, you've got a nice little, again, a quaint neighborhood. So you got that boulevard, 2-mile long park system, a quaint neighborhood on either end, booking it, 4 bodies of water, almost a continuous interconnected park system, and a AAA baseball stadium. And so when you think, well, we just reconstructed a road. No, that was a critical component of that whole boulevard, and that's going to be the center of Papillion once we have full build out. So Jeff, that was your project. I want to thank you for all of the work on it. There's an award for it, and maybe have you share a few words. Not many times an engineer gets an award for a road and you can present to City Council.
Well, thank you, Mayor. These projects are always a challenge, this one in particular, because we were working with existing development on both sides, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my staff. I mean, they're the ones that really kind of hold the foundation together at Public Works when I'm out dealing with these projects. And then I'd like to thank the council and the mayor for your support on the project. Without the funding and your support, these things don't get done. So thank you. We will display this proudly at Public Works.
Papillion is coming up on its 150th birthday. The Papillion Community Foundation, working with the city, plans at least one event every month in 2020 to celebrate the occasion.
We have some events that are happening already that kind of are annual events, and so those will be like the main event of that particular month, but each month will have some sort of event geared towards the 150.
These events are not exclusive to just City Hall.
We want to kind of share that then with any organization, civic or nonprofit or business that wants to kind of participate and have any, say in that particular, event.
And that means the more, the merrier.
It could be one event, it could be multiple events throughout the month, but something will happen each month to celebrate the sesquicentennial.
Those events will be varied, and some are very familiar.
Papillion Days and Winter Wonderland and the mayor's race series and those things, those will still be happening, and they'll kind of be geared around the theme of the sesquicentennial, but we want to have other stuff that's available to people in Papillion and families.
Family friendly is just one of the many elements still in the planning stage.
Some things may cost, some things may not. So we're just kind of planning all that right now. But I mean, there's been some great ideas. Ken Molzer has really been active in the Papillion Arts Council, and so we're going to do a butterfly bench campaign. So we're working on how that's going to look, and we have a prototype for that, and so that's going to be one portion of it. And there's been talks of having a mile-long family hopscotch, and just like all kinds of different fun events throughout the year that people can participate in.
In our series on the Papillion-La Vista Schools Foundation, you've learned lots about the nonprofit and what it does. As a private citizen, you can donate time, money, or share your expertise.
We love those conversations. We receive those calls all the time with folks who say, what can I do to help our kids?
Erickson says the foundation supports those donor and community members who ask if they can help.
Our alumni who may either be visiting or live in our community, we have many of our alumni who live here. I'm a graduate. Many of our staff, Jim Frederick, our development director, is a graduate, and so we have alumni who come in all the time, and they say, hey, how can we help?
That help comes from many areas.
We have people coming in to visit their folks, putting in place scholarships or funds in honor of their folks, and if there are teachers, honoring that legacy of service, they come back, they put it together, their brothers and sisters get on board, and then we put in place a fund.
And that fund can be permanent.
How cool is that? You can put in place a permanent fund at Papillion-La Vista Schools Foundation that every year will award funds to where the family wants it to go in honor of a loved one.
While those conversations happen, Erickson would like it to happen more often, which is why he wants to keep the Schools Foundation in the public eye.
We're fortunate we've got a great community and folks who have a heart for helping educate our kids, and we support them. Yeah, we'd love to have more and more of those conversations.
We're into the first week of March, and that means spring is on its way. We appreciate everyone's cooperation during this heavy winter while our crews face challenging snowfalls. As always, our professional crews tackled their job with attention to detail and energy. Thanks for being patient and letting them do their job. Don't forget about the free walking time at the new field house at Papillion Landing. Get a cardio workout between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter and Instagram, or watch our YouTube channel. Information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.